Well, good morning, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. I'm John Mayer.
And I'm Lily Taylor. If you're a fan of warmer temperatures, not quite ready for fall yet, today's going to be your day. Yeah,
absolutely. It is. We're sort of in the middle of this bizarre run-up here. Eventually, we'll get to fall, but you know, you head outside this morning, I got to say, it is still crisp out there. It might be heating up, but we're not quite there yet. Briana Chavez joining us now over in the Weather Center. Yeah, I mean, I know some spots even dropping down into the upper 30s this morning.
Yeah, I mean, between the overnight hours into your daytime highs from yesterday, or I guess Sunday night into your Monday early morning and afternoon, we were tracking out anywhere between a 30 to nearly a 40-degree difference in those temperatures. A repeat of that for some areas today. And quite frankly, you definitely do want to layer up as you head out the door throughout the morning. And if you're a multiple cup of coffee type of person, start it off warm and then head towards that iced territory throughout the next couple of hours. Really, to give you a look at what you're going to run into heading out the door. Yes, 41 for Corvallis, 40 in Eugene, 46 in Roseburg. Meanwhile, portions of those foothills and upper elevations could see the push into 30s territory. Nonetheless, so through the remainder of the day, here's a look at what I'm talking about. We work our way into 50s, 60s, and we completely skip the 70s. By the evening hours, we could be seeing that potential of some low 80s to hang around with plenty of sunshine in store and those wind speeds remaining rather calm. So nonetheless, remember, if you guys are spending extended periods of time outdoors, we haven't seen the big push into 80s territory over the last couple of weeks, but nonetheless, still make sure that you are drinking plenty of water before the return of that wet weather. Yep, it's managing to make a return. We'll track it out coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks for that, Briana. Well, over the last 72 hours, there have been multiple updates in that ongoing legal battle over President Trump's deployment of National Guard troops to the city of Portland.
Over the weekend, that deployment was stopped when a federal judge granted the state a temporary restraining order. Demonstrations and protests, though, continued last night at the ICE facility after multiple arrests over the weekend.
And Victor Park from our Portland sister station witnessing multiple interactions between federal agents, protesters, and counter-protesters, and has this report.
An unusual scene playing out near the ICE facility in South Portland. Protesters and counter-protesters sharing concerns with each other.
The thing is that there's a lot of us that disagree on aspects.
Viv Ivy is a counter-protester who says she hopes it can stay peaceful.
But I just hope that it stays peaceful, that it doesn't bring violence or destruction of any kind, and hopefully maybe quieten down in the future because it's been going on for a while, hasn't it?
Ivy sharing similar thoughts as Kelly Clark, a protester.
I am hoping that we can see each other's points of view and join together to save democracy.
But the situation quickly escalating when someone began burning an American flag during our interview. In front of the ICE facility, protesters are now pouring water on the ground over it, trying to prevent it from spreading. But you see they're still firing right over there. As the protests continue, so does hope for peace.
When Trump said that it's a war zone, he's being a politician and he's being Trump. Do I take that literally? Did I come out here terrified of, Antifa or the protesters protesting this building? Absolutely not.
I actually saw an interview with somebody who identifies as MAGA, and she said that she, having come down here, she saw that it wasn't the way it was being described. And so I'm hopeful that if one person can see it, that the others can.
That was Victor Park reporting. Now over to the ongoing federal government shutdown. The Senate once again failing to pass legislation that could have funded the federal government. The shutdown stretching it forward. The Republican stopgap bill to fund the government through the late November being rejected, a vote of 52 to 42. While a proposal put forward by Democrats also failing, a vote of 45 to 50. Now, each of those would have needed 60 votes to move forward, falling well shy of that mark. Democrats pushing to extend enhanced Obamacare subsidies as part of a funding bill, while Republicans say that issue can be dealt with later.
And in an interview last night on CNN, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries proclaimed Democratic leaders stand with federal workers. Take a listen.
Well, we stand with these federal workers. They've been under assault by the Trump administration since day one, January 20th, have been subject to disrespect, to mass firings, to being laid off in violation of the law.
Jeffries said leaders are working hard to reopen the federal government. In addition, he said moving forward, they'll have to make sure the government is respecting taxpayers, federal employees, and public servants. Jeffries is hoping to enact a spending agreement with Republicans that he says will make life better for the American people. And President Donald Trump says healthcare negotiations are underway with Democratic leaders.
We have a negotiation going on right now with the Democrats that could lead to very good things. And I'm talking about good things with regard to health care.
President Trump made those remarks yesterday, speaking with reporters in the Oval Office. Democratic leaders have been pushing for negotiations to extend subsidies to reopen the government. Speaking with CNN last night, Jeffries signaled otherwise.
There's been no communication from them to either myself, House Democratic leaders, Leader Schumer, members of the Senate.
Jeffries says if the president is willing to meet, Democratic leaders are ready. Today marks the 7th day of the government shutdown.